Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite good NSBE here, and your R2 Professionals Telecommunications Chair, Titus Karaoke here. And today we got a banger coming up. It's going to be a great convo talking about the two conventions coming up. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce myself. Sorry, not myself, my guest here. So, want to take it away and feel free to do an intro?
Sure. So, hi, everybody. My name is Jazmine Bullock, and I currently serve as a communications coordinator for the 2025 annual convention. A little previous background, I served as the executive assistant for the 2024 annual convention, and I will be stepping into the role as the convention planning chairperson for the 2026 annual convention. But that's my night job. As my day job is I work as a software engineer.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Love to see it. And what's crazy is I was just talking about you before the call that I've seen your name some places in NSBE and whatever. And one thing I want to remember is I think 2-3 years ago when you were R2 secretary for Region 2. Yeah, how'd you like that?
I loved it. It was my semi-formal introduction into NetBeat. Before I was Region 2 secretary, I did do some work in the professionals environment in the special interest groups, kind of served as the secretary and then the deputy director there. But I think serving as secretary for Region 2 was an eye-opener into what all of NSBE had to offer and all the behind the scenes of what happens in NSBE.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I remember your name floating by when we had those secretary calls with Darius, the standing secretary back then nationally. So shout out Darius wherever you are. So, talking about conventions back to back, saying that right now you're the executive assistant for the NSBE 25 convention. How's that going for you? How's the whole experience? Want to shed light about it?
Sure. So, being a part of the 2025 CPC for Chicago as a communications coordinator has been a absolutely great experience. I did come on a little late around October, but I will say the work has been meaningful and rewarding. It does take a full team of people to really bring convention to life that people really just don't understand. And I think it's amazing to really be a part of that and be the heart of what convention stands for. So I love most about this role is my real ability to be able to shape the way our members engage with convention, whether that's through our interactive sponsor activations or our networking opportunities and our ways to really foster our NSBE community. So I will say the 2025 convention is really shaping up to be an exciting one, and I really can't wait for everyone to see what's we have been working on for the past year. We've been really focusing on and really making the experience feel more immersive and meaningful and valuable for all of our attendees. So if you've never been to NSBE convention in the past, you'll see some new surprises. And if you've been here before, you'll see some familiar elements, but you'll also notice those new experiences that we hope will take things to the next level.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And like I mentioned, you get your flowers for being NSBE leadership and overall, and the fact that you said, okay, I'm gonna join the CPC a little bit later, I think that was still grateful for you. And considering that, to my CPC knowledge, is the executive assistant in the CPC is a big deal because you're kind of like the secretary to the CPC, and you're in charge of branding with an entire conference. So for that, like you get heads up for that. And if I might ask, so what motivated you to join the CPC this year?
So I originally, when I finished doing the CPC for NSBE 50 in Atlanta, I was like, take a break. I've done NSBE for 4 years straight. It was time to take a break. And I did. I went on a quiet break after we concluded NSBE 50, and I kind of enjoy taking my NSBE breather that everybody loves. But my advisor actually reached back out to me and she was like, "Do you want to come back and make a difference again?" And I was like, what people don't understand about CPC is that CPC is a full time job because once you sign on in May, you are here until convention is over. Um, so I thought about it, and she was like, "You can come back as communications coordinator. You will handle the website, and that is all you have to do." So I think she persuaded me very well. So shout out to Takia because that's my advisor through and through. Um, so she was probably one of the main people who persuaded me to come back. But the bigger overarching picture was I loved convention planning. I did it once, and I would do it over again, and I'm doing it over again just for me to do it over again. So I honestly love what comes with convention planning.
Yeah, you mentioned that your advisor said, "Are you gonna come and make a difference again?" And for somebody veteran in NSBE who had that experience for over knows how many decades, for them to compliment you with that, like, "Hey, you want to come back?" I think that's a big deal if you ask me. And you mentioned Takia. Just curious, what's her last name?
Takia Jefferson.
Gotcha. Okay, cause the R2 professional secretary, as of this recording, is also Takia, but she's Takia sub, and so she's kind of my boss in that manner. And yeah, love Takia. Shout out Takia. Shout out Takia. You know yourselves. And so I think you touched on this, but why are you returning as now the overall CPC chair for NSBE 2026?
Um, that wasn't my original plan. Once I finished Chicago, I was not going to come back. I was like, I'll be here as an advisor if you need me. But I got a couple of my advisors that I've had sat me down. They were like, "You've done a lot of great work both in Region Two and for NSBE 50," and they thought, being that the next convention will be in Region Two, they thought about me being able to make a difference on a bigger impact, um, while me being able to display some of the ideas that I have to give back to the community of Region 2 and where convention will be hosted. So I was nervous at first, but now that I'm actually here, I'm super duper excited to see my vision come to life for what I have in store for Region 2.
And you know what? The best part about this is we're here to support you. We're here to help you out, whatever, go to hype and all that. And I was even thinking about it a few months ago. You probably know that obviously I'm on the regional board. I was thinking, do I want to go CPC or do I want to stay regional board? And I realized there are some members on our side who need some help. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, okay, there's this guy, there's that guy. I'm like, okay, do I want to go CPC? Nah. So I just sacrificed this year and stay and help out. And so I made that thought, okay, let's just stay on the region and let me help one, two things, with chapter chartering, especially in Baltimore. Like, I think the BMAC chapter in Baltimore, they're back up, so they're trying to grow and host you guys next year. And the fact that now you're back here again, and also I think Avery's back tentatively. I don't know. And then there is also the whole R2 family just coming up again. I'm thinking, okay, well, I can still in a way help out in that matter. So all that said and done, like, just know that you have a regional board here, we're here to help both from the professional side and also collegiate side because we want to make it banger, you know what I'm saying?
I agree, and 100%. I've had people come up to me ever since I became chair, and they're like, "We have your back 100%." We haven't been to Region 2 since Pittsburgh, and I'm not gonna put the year on it because I didn't get to go. But there is a giant family waiting to really make Baltimore come to life. So I'm 100% happy. I'm loved, and I'm so grateful that Region 2 is all pitching in to make sure that this convention will be a success and look much different than it has in the last couple of years.
And you mentioned Pittsburgh, shameless plug, but the last time NSBE happened in Pittsburgh, I wasn't even in NSBE yet.
Wasn't either. I was just about to graduate high school. So it's been a long time.
Been a long time coming, but hey, back home too hype, you know?
Mhm.
So I got two last questions here. First is, from your perspective, and you being on the EA of the CPC, what's something you think is ultra special heading to NSBE 2025?
I'm really excited to look ahead into 2025, you said, or 2026?
25, but if you want to do both, that's okay.
Dipping into 2025 specifically. We haven't been to Chicago in a while, so I will definitely say something special about going into 2025 and going to Chicago is your ability to expand your network, not just at NSBE, but beyond that. Because we are having this big convention and the city of Chicago knows that our presence is going to be big with pulling in almost 15,000 engineers. We have some of our neighboring organizations also pitching in to see how they can help. So, whether that be Black Men in Technology, or we have the Baddies in Tech who host BaddieCon, they're also coming in and hosting events that are in conjunction with convention. So I think your networking and your outreach just doesn't stop at NSBE. Your outreach can go even further. So you can potentially make your mark at Chicago and not just at NSBE.
Gotcha. That's what's up. I like the point you mentioned about affiliate orgs coming in, chipping in intra conference, and I agree with you. Shout out to BMIT Black Man in Tech. I had a really first time good experience with them back in NSBE, Kansas City, 2 years ago, and is during the first session of BSX. I think they co-sponsored it and something like that. And we had some folks join the panel. I forgot his name, Curry or somebody, whoever. But they came to the panel, they gave their talk, and we're panelists also giving our talk, and just had a great experience. Took some pictures, loved it. So BMIT, shout out to you. So for our closing question is, you got any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with the whole NSB community?
Sure. So, what I like to tell people who are not necessarily too involved with NSBE, but NSBE has always been about empowering our next generation of Black engineers and leaders. So I'm honored to be part of the journey through NSBE 2025 to NSBE 2026. So for those of you looking to get involved, whether it's through leadership or through volunteering or just showing up to bring your best energy, I really do encourage you to lean in and take the full advantage of NSBE and what we have to offer. These conventions are really not just about networking or attending sessions, but they're about building those lifelong connections, gaining that knowledge, and shaping the future of Black excellence in STEM. So, whether I see you in Chicago or whether I see you in Baltimore in 2026, I just know that we are working hard to make sure that each convention is an experience that leaves you not only feeling empowered, but connected and ready to lead. So I can't wait to see everybody.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, you hit the nail on the head with mentioning that there's also a big place for support. There's also a big place to make an impact for the next generation of Black engineers. And I think you and I can agree that there's so much we can do inside of NSBE in terms of leadership positions. For anybody hearing this, I'd like to say that NSBE ain't just a STEM think tank. It's also a leadership incubator. So you could go through a region. If they have a regional board application, go and like apply for that. If there's a CPC for whatever conference, could be NSBE 26, it could be your FRC, like definitely take advantage for that, because that's a skill that's not just compounding for yourself, but also building NSBE in one way, shape, form, capacity. So personally, I'd like to tell folks, if there is any chance for leadership you can get, don't think twice. Just get onto it. You love the ride, get the benefits, and that's it. And yeah, Jazmine, I just want to say, first off, again, proud of you, doing a great job. And two is, I enjoyed this convo, and like I said, we're here to root for you. We want to make the best of both conferences, this and next year, and the year after that. And unless you got anything else to add, we could call it too hype.
Or too high.
Let's go, too hype. All right, take it easy, guys.
See you.
All right.